Hey guys, I wanted to do a review today on the Cosori Pressure Pot. They sent me the pot and all these accessories. So we're going to go over a few of the accessories first. They send an extra gasket. They send a lid. It's a glass lid that you can use when you're not pressuring. It has many different settings. So a glass lid to go on top for the other settings. They sent a measuring cup, the 2 spoons, a ladle and a spoon, and a little steamer thing that goes inside it. The little steamer keeps your veggies out of the water or broth or whatever's in the bottom, keeps it held up out of it, and does a fantastic job. Okay, the pot itself. You have the pressure, the lid that goes down on it. You have a stainless steel bowl that goes inside, and the stainless steel bowl has these measurements here so that you know how much to put in, and the inside is the part that heats up, and you do not want to get water down in this part of it. You want to keep it in this. The lid slips in and locks. On the top here, it has your lock and unlock. These are blended into the black. That's one thing I didn't like, as well as on your pressure valve in the back to know when you have your valve on lock or steam, so you can release the steam. They're blended in this black. It's harder to see for someone who doesn't see as well, but the little steam button on the back gives you where to lock it. On the front, they also sent a cookbook. It has several little recipes in it, and this is a 6-quart pressure cooker. It has chili and stew and vegetable soup, chicken soup. I tried a couple of recipes in here. One of them was the coconut scented quinoa, and the other was the chicken enchilada soup. On the front, this pot has many settings on it. When you turn it on, the center right here will be what tells you when your pressure has built up. It has lines in here, and when it finally builds up, it'll give you the time and it'll start counting down. It has several presets here for meat and stew, poultry, soup, beans and chili, white rice, brown rice, multigrain, steamed vegetables, to slow cook, make yogurt, do pasta, steam potatoes, a hot pot, saute, bake, or reheat. So you can almost do anything with this pot. Okay, with all these presets here, there's lots of things you can do, even like pop popcorn, make yogurt. You can cook spaghetti. You can saute your onions and things like that. You can bake chicken or other meats, stews, chilies. It's just anything. Okay, so it is a pressure pot. So overall, this pressure pot does what it says it's going to do. I've used it twice with the coconut scented quinoa the first time. Okay, had a little mishap the first time because, like I said, on the pressure valve here, you can't see lock and unlock real well. So I thought it was in the lock position, and it can get turned around real easily, and you have to make sure it is locked before you start your pressure cooking. It built up about right at 10 minutes later after starting it of pressure, and it started shooting coconut milk out the top. Okay, so that was my fault for not making sure it was on the lock part. I thought I looked, but in the meantime, I was toasting the coconut to go on it, and when this started shooting steam, we burned the coconut and had to stop this, clean it all up, start again, and it built the pressure up really quick that time because it already heated up inside. It cooked the quinoa in 6 minutes, but overall I had 10 to 15 minutes of build-up time, 6 minutes of cooking the quinoa, and 10 or 15 minutes to cool down. Now you can use the quick release valve like any pressure cooker and open it up. The quinoa was done. It tasted fine and dandy. No problem with that. But if I wanted to cook quinoa, I would have cooked it on the stove in 10 to 12 minutes, as opposed to this took me nearly 30. So time-wise, it's not saving me any time. It's just if you want something to walk away from, set it, leave it, and it has a keep warm button. It'll keep something warm for 6 hours. So the next day, I decided to try chicken enchilada soup. Had a 15-minute build-up for it to get up to pressure. It had to cook for 17 minutes, and then it cooled off for, like I said, 10-15 minutes or so to really cool down naturally. Okay, you're looking at close to an hour right there. All the ingredients were done. You already had the chicken and everything was already done. All you were doing was putting it together and boiling it to get it to the flavors to mesh. I can do that on the stove in 30 minutes. Okay, so time-wise, the pressure pot doesn't save me time. It takes time. But again, you can set it. You can put all the ingredients in there. If you got to go to work, you can set it, come back that afternoon. It cooks it and puts it on hold for 6 hours. That is what most people like about this pressure pot, is that it works for people on the go that can't sit around and watch their stove. The soup was fabulous. So the recipe in here for chicken and enchilada soup is awesome. Haven't tried anything else but those two items and loved them both. They were both done, both. So the Instapot is great if you're on the go and you need to set it and go. The pot does what it says it's going to do. It's excellent. Cosori did a great job. All these have all these little buttons here that help. It says do not put frozen meat in it. So you would have to thaw your meat out, put it in, and cook it. I think I will try a chicken or a rabbit or something in here that we butchered in order to see if it will tenderize it like a regular pressure pot does. That would be something really good to have if it does it in, 30 minutes or less. That would be great. Overall, the Cosori Instapot, great pot to have it for multitudes of things. You can even bake in it. It has a peach cobbler recipe in here. Things like that, pretty good. Guys, if you'd like to have a Cosori pressure cooker, there'll be a link in the description below for you to get some off, a coupon off on buying one. Love for you to try it. Thank you, Cosori. And we'll talk to you guys later.